Ben Torres pressed his small face against the curved window of Research Station Alpha. Stars filled the darkness beyond, twinkling like tiny diamonds scattered across black cloth. At 8 years old, Ben had lived among these stars his entire life, but he never grew tired of watching them. "Come help me with dinner," called his mother from the kitchen area of their quarters. Dr. Anna Torres stood at the food preparation unit, her dark hair pulled back in a simple ponytail. Even after a long day in the laboratory, she smiled when she saw her son approaching. Ben loved that smile, but lately he noticed it did not reach her eyes the way it used to. "Mom, why do you look sad sometimes?" Ben asked as he helped set the small dining table. Anna paused, her hands still holding 2 plates. "What makes you think I look sad, sweetheart? You get that faraway look. Like you're thinking about something that makes you feel lonely." Anna sat down and pulled Ben close for a hug. "You're very observant, little one. Sometimes grown-ups feel lonely, even when they have wonderful children like you." Ben thought about this as they ate their simple meal of protein cakes and vegetable paste. The research station housed over 300 people from different planets, but their living quarters felt empty with just the 2 of them. Ben knew other families had fathers, or sometimes 2 mothers, or other family arrangements. His mother had explained that families came in many different shapes. After dinner, Ben helped his mother clean up. Through the thin walls of their quarters, he could hear voices from the common area. The adult conversations had been getting louder and more worried over the past few weeks. "Mom, what's happening in the galaxy?" Ben asked. "Everyone sounds scared." Anna dried the last plate and considered her words carefully. She always tried to be honest with Ben while keeping explanations simple enough for him to understand. "There are some strange energy signals appearing in different star systems," she said. "They're causing problems for ships and planets. The Galactic Council asked our research team to help figure out what they are and how to stop them." "Are you helping save the galaxy?" Ben's eyes grew wide with excitement. "I'm trying to help. Yes, but it's very difficult work. The energy patterns don't match anything we've seen before." That evening, as Anna worked late in their quarters reviewing data files, Ben lay in his small bed, listening to her frustrated sighs. Through the wall, he could hear Dr. Kim talking with Dr. Roberts in the neighboring quarters. "Anna's brilliant, but this project is too much for one person," Dr. Kim was saying. "She needs support, both professional and personal. Raising Ben alone while carrying the weight of this research is wearing her down." "The council keeps pushing for faster results," Dr. Roberts replied. "But breakthrough discoveries can't be rushed. Anna needs help, and Ben needs more stability. That boy is growing up without proper family structure." Ben quietly got out of bed and pressed his ear closer to the wall. "Anna deserves happiness," Dr. Kim continued. "She's given everything to her research and to raising Ben, but she's isolating herself. She needs someone who understands the pressures of leadership, someone who can share the burden." Ben returned to his bed, his young mind working through what he had heard. His mother was tired and lonely. The galaxy was in trouble. His mother needed help with both her work and her life. Ben stared at the ceiling, watching the soft glow of stars through their small window. The next morning, while his mother attended a video conference with the Galactic Council, Ben made his way to the station's communication center. The duty officer, Lieutenant Ross, knew Ben well. "Hey there, Ben. What brings you to communications today?" "I want to send a message," Ben said with the serious expression he wore when he had made an important decision. "What kind of message?" "To whom?" Ben climbed onto a chair so he could reach the control panel. "To anyone in the galaxy who might be listening. Anyone who can help?" Lieutenant Ross smiled. "That's a pretty big audience, Ben. What do you want to say?" Ben took a deep breath. "My name is Ben Torres. I live on Research Station Alpha with my mother, Dr. Anna Torres. She's trying to save the galaxy from bad energy things, but the work is too hard for one person. My mother is very smart and very kind, but she gets lonely sometimes. I think she needs a partner who can help her with the big problems and help take care of me too. I want a father, and my mother needs someone strong and wise who understands important work. If anyone out there can help lead the galaxy and wants to be part of our family, please come to Research Station Alpha. My mother makes very good food, and she tells wonderful stories about the stars. Lieutenant Ross looked at Ben with surprise and affection. That's a beautiful message, Ben. Are you sure you want to broadcast this across the galaxy? Ben nodded firmly. Yes, please. Someone out there might be lonely too and need a family like we need them. The message transmitted across space, carried by quantum relays to every major star system. Ben had no idea that his simple, honest words would soon reach the command ship of the Altarian fleet, where Commander Zeph stood alone on his bridge. Carrying his own burdens of leadership and loneliness, Commander Zeph stood on the bridge of his flagship, watching the stars through the vast viewing screen. The Altarian leader was tall, even by his species standards. With silver-blue skin that reflected the soft lights of his command center, his large, dark eyes held the weight of countless decisions made in service to the galaxy. The communication officer approached with careful steps. Commander, we received an unusual transmission. It appears to be from a human child. Zeph turned, his expression curious. In 30 years of military service, he had never heard of children sending messages across space. Play the message. Ben's young voice filled the bridge, honest and hopeful. As the words reached Zeph's ears, something stirred in the commander's chest. The child spoke of loneliness, of a mother working to save the galaxy, of wanting a family. Zeph had never experienced human family bonds, but the boy's sincerity touched something deep within him. Where did this transmission originate? Zeph asked quietly. Research Station Alpha, sir. Dr. Ana Torres is leading the investigation into the energy anomalies. Zeph knew that name. The Galactic Council had spoken of Dr. Torres with great respect. Her research was their best hope for understanding the mysterious energy patterns threatening multiple star systems. But he had not known she was raising a child alone while carrying such enormous responsibility. Set course for Research Station Alpha, Zeph commanded. We need to discuss the energy crisis with Dr. Torres. His officers exchanged glances but followed orders without question. They knew their commander well enough to sense when something important had shifted in his thinking. 3 days later, Zeph's ship docked with Research Station Alpha. Station Commander. Walsh greeted the Altarian leader with obvious nervousness. Visits from fleet commanders usually meant serious trouble. Commander Zeph, we're honored by your presence, Walsh said. Dr. Torres is expecting you in Laboratory 7. As they walked through the station's corridors, Zeph observed the mix of species working together. Humans, Altarians, Centaurians, and others moved with purpose through the research areas. The station felt different from his military ship's warmer. It's more collaborative. They found Dr. Ana Torres bent over a holographic display showing swirling energy patterns. Her concentration was so complete that she did not notice their arrival until Commander Walsh cleared his throat. Anna looked up, pushing a strand of dark hair from her eyes. When she saw Zeph, her expression became guarded. She had dealt with military officials before, and they usually wanted results faster than science could provide them. Commander Zeph, she said politely, I assume you're here about the energy anomalies. I wish I had better news, but the patterns remain largely mysterious. Dr. Torres, I would like to understand your research better, Zeph replied in his careful, measured way. But first I believe I should meet your son. Ana's eyebrows rose in surprise. Ben, why would you want to meet Ben? He sent a message that reached my ship. A very touching message about family and helping the galaxy. Anna's cheeks colored with embarrassment. I had no idea he had done that. I'm so sorry if he bothered you with personal matters. He did not bother me, Zeph said simply. His words showed wisdom beyond his years. At that moment, Ben appeared in the laboratory doorway. He had been playing in the station's recreation area when someone told him an important alien commander had come to see his mother. Ben's eyes went wide when he saw Zeph's imposing figure. Are you here because of my message? Ben asked with typical 8-year-old directness. Zeph knelt down to Ben's eye level. A gesture that surprised Anna. Military commanders rarely acknowledged children, let alone showed them such respect. Yes, Ben Torres. Your message was very honest. It made me think about many things. My mom works really hard, Ben said earnestly. She stays up late trying to solve the galaxy's problems. I think she needs help. Anna felt her embarrassment deepen. Ben, Commander Zeph has important military duties. He doesn't need to hear about our personal lives. Actually, Zeph said, standing slowly. Understanding the people behind the research may help me understand the research itself. May I observe your work, Dr. Torres? For the next several hours, Anna walked Zeph through her findings. The energy patterns appeared random at first, but showed subtle structures when analyzed properly. They seemed almost alive, responding to different types of scanning in unexpected ways. As Anna explained her theories, Ben played quietly nearby, occasionally asking questions that made both adults pause and think. Zeph noticed how Anna's face softened when she looked at her son, and how Ben clearly adored his mother, despite her long working hours. The patterns seemed to react to emotional resonance, Anna was saying. When I'm frustrated or tired, they become more chaotic. When I approach them with calm curiosity, they show more structure. It's almost as if they're trying to communicate. Zeph studied the displays with new interest. In his military experience, he had learned that successful communication required understanding the speaker's intentions and emotions, not just their words. What if they are communicating? He asked, what if these energy patterns are attempts at contact from an unknown intelligence? Anna looked at him with growing excitement. That's what I've started to suspect, but I need to find the right approach. The patterns require both scientific analysis and something else, something more intuitive. As evening approached, Anna invited Zeph to join them for dinner in their quarters. Ben chattered happily about life on the station, while Anna prepared their simple meal. Zeph watched this human family dynamic with fascination. The warmth between mother and son, their easy affection, their shared jokes, it was unlike anything in his experience. Later, as Ben prepared for bed, he looked seriously at Zeph. Will you help my mom save the galaxy? I will do my best, Zeph promised. That night, Anna and Zeph worked together, analyzing the energy patterns. Combining her scientific insight with his strategic thinking, they began to see new possibilities. The patterns were indeed communication attempts, from a source beyond their current understanding as they worked. Anna found herself appreciating Zeph's quiet strength and careful wisdom. His presence brought a sense of stability she had not realized she was missing. Ben woke early the next morning to find his mother and Commander Zeph still working in the laboratory. Empty coffee cups and food containers showed they had been there most of the night. Anna's hair was messy, and her eyes were tired, but she looked more excited than Ben had seen her in weeks. Did you solve the galaxy problem? Ben asked, rubbing sleep from his eyes. Anna laughed softly. We're making progress, sweetheart. Commander Zeph has helped me see the patterns in new ways. Zeph looked up from the holographic display. His silver-blue skin seemed to glow in the laboratory lights. Your mother is brilliant, Ben. She sees things others miss. Ben climbed onto a chair to get a better look at the swirling energy patterns. To him, they looked like colorful clouds dancing in space. They look sad, he said simply. Both adults turned to stare at Ben. Anna had been so focused on the scientific measurements that she had not considered what the patterns might feel like. What makes you think they look sad? Zeph asked, his voice gentle. Ben pointed at the display. See how they reach out and then pull back? Like when I want to talk to someone, but I'm scared they won't understand me? Anna and Zeph exchanged meaningful looks. In all their complex analysis, they had missed something a child could see immediately. Ben, that's very observant, Anna said. What else do you notice about them? Ben studied the patterns carefully. They get brighter when you two work together. When you were talking and not arguing, the patterns moved closer to each other. Zeph walked over to the communication console. Ben, would you like to help us try something? We want to send a response to these patterns, but we need someone with a kind heart to help us. Ben's eyes lit up with excitement. Really? I can help save the galaxy? Anna hesitated. She did not want to put her son in any danger, but the energy patterns had shown no harmful effects. If anything, they seemed to respond positively to emotional warmth. It would be completely safe, Zeph assured her. Ben would simply speak into the communication system while we monitor the pattern's responses. They set up a careful experiment. Ben sat at the communication console while Anna and Zeph watched the energy readings. The patterns swirled slowly in space, maintaining their distance from inhabited planets. "What should I say?" Ben asked.
Just speak from your heart.
Zeph suggested. "Tell them what you told the galaxy in your first message."
How?
Ben took a deep breath. "Hello, energy friends? My name is Ben. I live on a space station with my mom and our new friend Commander Zeph. We can see that you're trying to talk to us. But we don't understand your language yet. We want to help you and be your friends. Please don't be scared. We have good hearts, and we want to learn." The reaction was immediate. The energy patterns pulsed with brighter colors and began moving in more organized formations. Ana's instruments detected changes in frequency and intensity that clearly indicated intentional response. "They heard him," Ana whispered in amazement. "They're definitely responding to Ben's words." Over the following hours, they developed a simple communication system. Ben would speak to the patterns, while Ana and Zeph recorded their responses. Gradually, they began to understand that the energy beings were indeed trying to ask for help. During a break, Ana prepared lunch for all three of them. As they ate, Ben asked Zeph questions about his life among the stars. "Do you have a family, Commander?" Ben asked innocently. Zeph set down his fork, considering the question. "Altarians do not form families the way humans do. We focus on duty and service to the galaxy." "That sounds lonely," Ben said matter-of-factly. "I had never thought of it as lonely until recently," Zeph admitted. "Watching your family has shown me something different." Ana felt her heart beat a little faster. Over the past days, she had noticed how naturally Zeph fit into their small family unit. He listened to Ben's stories with genuine interest, helped with simple tasks without being asked, and brought a sense of calm strength that both she and Ben responded to. That afternoon, the Galactic Council contacted the station for an update. Council leader Vrianne appeared on the main communication screen, her reptilian features showing obvious stress. "Dr. Torres, the energy anomalies have appeared in 3 more systems. We need solutions urgently." Ana glanced at Zeph, who nodded encouragingly. "Council leader, we've made a breakthrough. The energy patterns are communication attempts from an unknown intelligence. They appear to be asking for help." "Help with what?" Brent asked sharply. "We're still working to understand that," Ana replied. "But we believe they mean no harm. They seem to be in distress." Behind the council leader, other members of different species leaned forward with interest. The possibility of first contact with a new intelligence was both exciting and terrifying. "Continue your work," Friend commanded, "but proceed with extreme caution." After the transmission ended, Ben looked thoughtfully at the adults. "The council leader seemed scared," he observed. "Change can be frightening," Zeph explained. "Even good change." "Are you scared?" Ben asked. Zeph looked at Ana, then back at Ben. "I am no longer scared of change. Your family has taught me that some changes bring unexpected joy." Ana felt warmth spread through her chest. The careful formal commander was revealing more of his true feelings, and she realized her own feelings for him were growing stronger each day. As evening approached, they returned to their communication work with the energy beings. With Ben's help translating emotional content and Zeph providing strategic framework for Ana's scientific approach, they were finally making real progress. The energy patterns had begun forming, recognizable shapes in response to their communications. Whatever intelligence they represented was clearly trying to bridge the gap between their species, just as Ana, Zeph, and Ben were learning to bridge the gaps between their own different worlds. Ben sat cross-legged on the laboratory floor, drawing pictures of the energy patterns with his colored pencils, while Ana and Zeph worked at the complex instruments around him. Ben had developed his own way of understanding their mysterious visitors. "Mom, look at this," Ben said, holding up his drawing. "I drew what the energy friends are trying to show us." Ana paused her work and knelt beside her son. The drawing showed stick figures reaching through what looked like a bubble with sad faces and outstretched arms. Around the bubble, Ben had drawn swirling colors that looked remarkably like the energy patterns they had been studying. "Ben, this is incredible," Ana said, her voice filled with excitement. "You drew them as if they're trapped inside something." Zeph approached and studied the child's artwork carefully. His military training had taught him to value different perspectives on complex problems. Ben, what made you draw them this way? They keep making the same shapes over and over, Ben explained. Like when I'm in my room and I want to come out, but the door won't open. They're pushing against something that won't let them through. Anna and Zeph looked at each other with growing understanding. They rushed back to the data displays, examining the energy patterns with Ben's insight in mind. The readings suddenly made perfect sense. They're not in our dimension, Anna breathed. They're trapped in a dimensional fold, trying to break through to ask for help. Zeph nodded grimly. That explains why they appear near inhabited systems. They're looking for someone advanced enough to understand their situation. Over the next few hours, Anna worked to confirm their theory. The energy patterns showed all the characteristics of interdimensional communication attempts. Somewhere in folded space, an entire civilization was trapped and dying, using the last of their energy to call for rescue. But how do we help them? Anna asked. Dimensional physics requires incredibly precise calculations. One small error could make things worse. Ben looked up from his coloring. Why don't you ask them how to help? I bet they know what they need. Once again, the adults realized the wisdom in Ben's simple observation. They had been trying to solve the problem for the trapped beings instead of asking the beings themselves what they needed. Anna set up a new communication protocol while Zeph prepared tactical support systems. Ben sat at the communication station, ready to provide the emotional bridge their new friends seemed to respond to best. Energy friends, Ben spoke into the transmitter. We understand that you're trapped and need help. Can you show us what we need to do? The response was immediate and overwhelming. The energy patterns exploded into complex formations, creating detailed mathematical sequences mixed with emotional pulses. Anna's instruments captured everything, while Zeph analyzed the strategic implications. It's incredible, Anna said, her fingers flying over the control panels. They're giving us the exact mathematical formula needed to create a dimensional bridge. But look at these emotional frequency requirements. Zeph studied the data with growing amazement. The rescue process requires not just precise scientific calculation and strategic coordination, but also genuine emotional resonance. All three elements must work together perfectly. Ben bounced excitedly in his chair. So we all have to help? Mom does the science part, Commander Zeph does the planning part, and I do the feelings part. That appears to be exactly what they need, Zeph confirmed. As they prepared for the rescue attempt, Anna found herself working more closely with Zeph than ever before. Their different approaches to problem-solving complemented each other perfectly. Anna's creative scientific mind provided innovative solutions, while Zeph's structured, military thinking ensured every detail was carefully planned. During a quiet moment while systems initialized, Zeph approached Anna at her workstation. Anna, I want you to know that these past days have changed something fundamental in my understanding, he said softly. I came here because of Ben's message, but I am staying because of who you both are. Anna felt her heart race. Zeph, I feel the same way. You've brought something to our lives that I didn't even realize we were missing, Mom. Commander Zeph. Ben called from across the room. The energy friends are getting dimmer. I think they're running out of power. They rushed back to their stations. The trapped civilization's energy signatures were indeed weakening. They had perhaps hours left before the beings would no longer have enough power to maintain communication or survive the rescue process. We need to attempt the rescue now, Anna said. Her scientific caution warring with the urgency of the situation. Zeph nodded. All systems are prepared. Ben, are you ready to help our friends? Ben took his position at the communication station with serious determination. I'm ready to save them. The rescue process began with Anna initiating the dimensional calculations. Her equations had to be perfect to create a stable bridge between dimensions. Meanwhile, Zeph coordinated the station's power systems and shield generators, ensuring they could handle the massive energy requirements safely. But the most critical element was Ben's role. As the dimensional bridge began to form, he spoke continuously to the trapped beings, providing emotional encouragement and maintaining the resonance frequency they needed to navigate through the opening. Don't be afraid, Ben said into the transmitter. We're opening a door for you. Follow my voice. We want to help you find safety." The energy patterns responded to Ben's words, gathering strength and moving toward the dimensional bridge Anna had created. Zeph monitored every system, making split-second adjustments to keep the process stable as the rescue reached its climax. Anna realized they were not just saving an ancient civilization. They were proving that cooperation between different species, different perspectives, and different kinds of strength could accomplish the impossible. The galaxy was about to witness the power of combined scientific knowledge, strategic thinking, and emotional wisdom. The dimensional bridge pulsed with growing light as the trapped beings prepared to cross over to safety. Guided by a child's pure heart and supported by two adults who had found something precious in each other, the dimensional bridge blazed with brilliant light as the first energy beings crossed through to safety. Anna's calculations held perfectly, while Zeph maintained system stability and Ben continued his encouraging words to their mysterious friends. "They're coming through," Anna announced, her voice filled with wonder. "The energy signatures are stabilizing in our dimension." Through the viewing screen, they watched as the energy patterns took on new forms in normal space. No longer trapped and desperate, the beings revealed their true nature as graceful, luminous entities that pulsed with gentle colors of gratitude. Ben pressed his hands against the window, his eyes wide with amazement. "They're beautiful, and they look happy now." The rescued beings gathered near the station, their energy forms dancing in patterns that clearly expressed joy and relief. After eons of imprisonment in dimensional folds, they were finally free. Commander Walsh burst into the laboratory with his communication staff. "Dr. Torres, the entire Galactic Council is requesting immediate contact." News of the rescue has spread across every major star system. Within minutes, Anna found herself facing the assembled leaders of dozens of species via holographic transmission. Council leader Vreen spoke first, her reptilian features showing amazement. "Dr. Torres, Commander Zeph, you have accomplished something unprecedented. Not only did you save an ancient civilization, but you have proven that interspecies cooperation can solve problems we never thought possible." Anna glanced at Zeph, who stood tall beside her with quiet pride. "Council leader, this success required 3 different approaches working together: scientific knowledge, strategic coordination, and emotional understanding. No single perspective could have achieved this alone." Ben stepped forward, still small enough that he had to stretch to reach the communication controls. "The Energy Friends want to say thank you to everyone," he announced, as if responding to Ben's words. The rescued beings outside the station began creating beautiful light displays that painted the stars in flowing colors of appreciation. The sight was transmitted across the galaxy, bringing hope to billions of observers. Over the following weeks, the rescued energy beings shared knowledge about dimensional science that advanced galactic understanding by centuries. But more importantly, they confirmed what Anna, Zeph, and Ben had discovered during the rescue process: emotional wisdom is as valuable as scientific knowledge, Anna explained to the council during a formal presentation. "Different species bring different strengths. When we combine them properly, we can accomplish the impossible," Zeph added his perspective. "Military strategy alone cannot solve every crisis. We need teams that include scientific innovation, strategic thinking, and emotional intelligence working as equals." Now, something of a galactic celebrity for his role in the rescue simply said, "We just needed to be kind and work together like a family." The council voted unanimously to establish a new department focused on compassion-based diplomacy, with Anna and Zeph appointed as co-directors. Their unique partnership had proven so effective that species across the galaxy wanted to learn their methods. But the most important changes happened in their personal lives. As Anna and Zeph worked together to design the new galactic initiative, their professional partnership deepened into something more personal. One evening, as they reviewed plans for the new department, Zeph set aside his tablet and looked directly at Anna. "Anna, I need to tell you something important. Before I met you and Ben, I believed that duty to the galaxy meant sacrificing personal happiness. But watching your family taught me that love and responsibility can strengthen each other instead of competing. Anna felt her heart race. Zeph, you've become essential to both Ben and me. You bring stability and wisdom to our lives, and Ben adores you. I want to be part of your family permanently, Zeph said simply. I want to help raise Ben and share the challenges of leadership with you. Will you consider joining your life with mine? Before Anna could answer, Ben appeared in the doorway of their quarters. He had been listening from his bedroom, unable to contain his excitement any longer. Mom, please say yes, Ben said, rushing over to hug both adults. I asked the galaxy for help, and Commander Zeph is exactly what we needed. Anna laughed, tears of happiness filling her eyes. Yes, Zeph. Yes to all of it. Their wedding ceremony took place on Research Station Alpha, with representatives from dozens of species attending. The rescued energy beings created magnificent light displays during the celebration, their grateful presence blessing the union that had made their rescue possible. Ben served as the ring bearer, practically glowing with pride as he watched his mother marry the man who had become his father in every way that mattered. His simple message to the galaxy had brought them not just a solution to the energy crisis, but a complete family, as the new co-directors of Galactic Compassionate Diplomacy. Anna and Zeph began implementing programs that paired scientific research with strategic planning and emotional understanding. Teams across the galaxy started solving long-standing conflicts by combining different types of wisdom. Months later, as they stood together on the observation deck of their new headquarters, Anna, Zeph, and Ben watched ships from dozens of species working together on joint missions. The galaxy had learned that cooperation built on genuine care and understanding could accomplish anything. Ben, now 9 years old and wise beyond his years, looked up at his parents with satisfaction. I got everything I wished for. Mom has a partner, I have a father, and we're all helping lead the galaxy together. Anna and Zeph exchanged loving glances over their son's head. A child's honest request for family and help had transformed not just their lives, but the entire approach to galactic leadership. The stars continued to shine around them. No longer distant points of light, but symbols of all the worlds, now connected through the simple power of love, understanding, and the willingness to help each other across any divide.